feel like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks.
Play the victim and you will be the victim.
Very good, Frank. Very impressive. Ultimate punch!
What's up?
What's
Oh! You hit the soft part of my belly.
You just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos, motherfucker! How you like me now, huh? You are, because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Ask yourself, why has he got his hat pulled down like that? He's fuck ugly.
Frenches instead. Oh, yeah. Wow. I don't like this.
Power of Christ compels you.
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty.
I offer you a nice egg in this trying time.
Yeah, he's got an egg, you might.
Hello. It's been a crazy week, hasn't it, y'all? Crazy week. Hit 4K. Did some quote unquote spring cleaning, as it were. But you know, that's how it be sometimes. There's some toy news to go over, so that's fun. As soon as I say I'm going to take a break, the news starts coming, which is fine. It's fine. You know, I skipped my rundown. I skipped my Saturday stream, so I figured play a little catch up on Sunday morning. Because you know I'm easy like a Sunday morning. You know how it be. What is up, MTC Tommy Rott? How are you? You know, I ain't trying to rock the boat. I'm just trying to sink it, as it were. Oh wait, see if a couple more people pop in. Yeah, we got a lot of news from Mattel. Honestly, like that was the big news drop right there. We had He-Man, we had K-pop Demon Hunters, we had some of the DC line news. There's never a break for toy news. You're not wrong about that. Would you look at this? All right, let me find and I know it's the quote unquote kids line or basic line, but like at the same time, they're 6.5 inch. They're not the most articulated, but I think they look good. Everyone be like, oh, these are kids. You know what? No, they said, I mean, yes, these are the cheaper alternatives for the, you know, younger crowd, but they said they're doing a basic line and they said they're doing an ultimate style line. So, you know, that is pretty much, let's see here, share screen 1. There we go. Yeah. So let me make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah. Or our wallets. Absolutely. I know it's early. I just figured I'd get this stuff out of the way and talk about it a little bit. So can I zoom in on this? I don't think so. But you can see we got the first wave right down. Well, they said there's going to be 4 in the first wave. So they're already previewing a lot more than they announced. They said they're doing Batman, Robin, Joker, Flash. And then we also have Deathstroke, Superman, another Batman, and they have cloth capes. So that's a nice start. And then we have John Stewart, Green Lantern. And why can't I zoom in? There's got to be a way to zoom in on this. Hold on a second, y'all. Maybe I can find a bigger picture because I wanna go over the details of it. Using a different screen, so I gotta look all the way over here. Maybe this will give us. Here we go. No, still no zooming in. Oh well. But the articulation is a little bit limited. We don't have butterfly joints. We don't really have that much torso articulation. It looks like there's no upper body cut, just waist swivel. But you know what? If we can get these figures for $20 a pop and they're 6.5 inch, this is the way to fill out your ranks. You know, get the big heavy hitters with the Ultimates line that they're going to be doing. You know, like Superman, Batman, whatever. And then, you want to fill in the blanks. You don't want to spend a pretty penny for the ultimate style figures, which, I don't think, what's up, Leia? I don't think that come on, mouse. How are you? Good morning. I don't think it's a bad idea to do it that way. Like, for instance, if Marvel Legends gave us, the fully articulated figure with no extra parts and no bath piece for, like, say, $17.99 or something like that, I would have no problems with that at all. I mean, kids version or the basic line, because they have the WWE basic, but these have more articulation than that as far as the leg and shoulder joints. Like the WWE basic were like essentially almost like 7 POA. You could move the head, the arms, the waist, and then the legs were like on a rotation. There was no ball peg, but these look like they have rotation at the ball peg. So these are slightly better than the WWE basic line. And yeah, it's more kid focused, but like I was saying, I feel like you can use these figures because they're going to be cheaper. I don't know if they're going to be $20. I don't know if they're going to be like, $15.99 or something like that. But doing that, you could do a bunch of side characters and fill in your ranks really quickly. You have your Ultimates line, which the WWE Ultimates are what, like $34.99, which is, expensive. But at least with those, you get swappable head parts, you get lots of accessories, you get soft goods accessories, you get hands. So I picture these being very minimal in the box and not having a whole lot, as opposed to the Ultimates being jam-packed. And the price will probably tell a big story about the difference of not quality, but what they're including. Like, maybe these guys will come with a swap of a set of swappable hands and like one accessory. But we don't know yet. That's the thing. We just don't know yet. And I, for one, these to me, I know a lot of people are complaining and being like, oh, but it's the basic line. It is the quote unquote kids centered line, which, I feel like you should market 6.5-inch figures towards kid. Why not? Because, that's what they're going to move on to if they keep collecting. They're going to go from the smaller ones that are, that's the thing about a kid. When you're a kid, the really smaller figures felt a lot bigger. They were, proportionately, you're smaller, so the figures are bigger. So when I was a kid, I really liked 12-inch, really tall, bigger figures. I was like, yo, I need a big Batman. I need a big Hulk. So it was nice as a kid to have more in my hand to play with, as opposed to like having a tiny little 4-inch figure. So like marketing 6.5-inch, a basic line towards, casual collectors and kids, I have no problem with that at all. That's great. We haven't had a solid DC line for multiple groups in a while. The DC McFarlane multiverse is very niche. We've got hyper textured, limited articulation, a limiting scale as far as like your collections and all that stuff go, unless you collect like NECA and Super 7 and Storm collectibles exclusively, then you're kind of SOL when it comes to scaling with McFarlane. Even the older DC or Mattel multiverse were slightly smaller than Legends at some points. Like they weren't completely scaled 1-to-1, and also there's been scale creep with Legends. So what started out as like quote unquote true 6-inch scale line at Toy Biz has slowly crept up through Hasbro to 6.5-inch. And they confirmed when they solicited, not showed the pictures, but when they told us what was coming, they said, yeah, these are going to be 6.5-inch. And they didn't distinguish whether or not this was the basic line or the Ultimates line. But I don't have a problem with the basic line. I really don't. There's some people like, oh, these look like crap. And it's like, if I can pay $15 to $20 for one of these figures, and it comes with a few accessories, and I'm getting a bunch of figures out of the characters out of the way immediately to put in the back of my shelf, why not? I don't think that Superman looks terrible. Yeah, there's limited articulation in the torso. Yeah, there's no butterfly joints, but what's the price going to be? We don't know yet. So I think it's just good to wait and see what they're cooking up. Like, based on the sculpts, the colors, all of this stuff, I think these guys look fantastic. Like, they're not perfect. But seeing the pinless, double jointed articulation, which McFarlane, oh my God. I don't know if y'all saw those McFarlane sports figures, but Jesus, he's never going to get away from the pins. He has no reasons in his mind to improve and innovate and bring his toy lines forward into the future, which is one of the reasons why he lost the DC Multiverse license. You know, he's still making stuff, he's still pumping stuff out, but it's too little too late. It says these are coming fall 2026. So I would assume that when these come out, they are going to solicit their ultimate line. And they said those would probably be coming out end of 2026, beginning of 2027. So we're not going to see those for a while. But I would really like to see, like, they had a prototype Batman. They had a prototype Batman before they lost the license originally, and it had Bruce Wayne head sculpt, Batman head sculpt. It had a downward cowl. It had a batarang. It had a bat grapnel. I would love to see that kind of stuff in their ultimate style DC line. And this is called DC Universe because for whatever reason, that's what concerns me, is that Todd is essentially keeping the DC Multiverse name because the lines are coming out. This line is coming out while he's still producing DC stuff, which is a little weird. We all thought that at the beginning of 2026, or at least the first quarter of 2026, he'd be done, he'd be out of his hands. But here we are, still getting new announcements from Todd, which doesn't really mean much. And yeah, I don't mind these. I don't mind these at all. I think that we could do a lot worse as far as it is. DB, Darth Benevolent, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Just catching up on the toy news I missed this week. I feel like that's a good way to start a Sunday morning. So yeah, that's my take on this DC stuff. I have no problems. I think that it's good. We're getting a cheaper line out there, as well as a more expensive line for people that are on a budget, people that just want the scale and have been waiting for a long time. And I don't think these look terrible. I'm all for pinless double joints. You know me. Then we had these. So this is essentially an all Mattel toy news week, which is, new for me because I don't really cover Mattel stuff, but these also look really good. These look great. Which is pretty cool. I don't have any Motu stuff, but having seen the trailer, I would not be sad to have a couple of these. Like, this He-Man looks great. The articulation looks vastly improved over Max. Good morning. What's going on? Where's my mouse? There it is. How's it going? I really like Joker's face. Yeah, the sculpts look good. They're not like soft sculpts or anything. They're nice. They're nicely done. Just like this He-Man. And look, they even got a wash on the leather. Like that looks really good. I don't know. And if you wanted to have I don't know what scale these are. I don't know if they're 6.5 or 7-inch, but if you wanted to have a hyper articulated He-Man, all you need to do for this is essentially get a head swap, a more realistic cartoon version of He-Man, and you would have, in my opinion, a pretty much perfect He-Man figure. So I think that this looks great. We get the Sword of Power. It's got paint. It's got silver paint. The emblem on his chest looks great. We've got rivets painted on, which is the fine details, the stuff you love to see. So I'm actually hyped for the movie, and I actually want a couple of these figures. I will totally get this He-Man. And there's the actor holding the He-Man figure, and the case looks pretty cool. The box looks pretty cool. And then we get, oh shit. But if I get He-Man, look at this. All right. I know I said that Hasbro is the only one doing articulated animals, but look at this Battle Cat, y'all. This, and growing up, I did have some He-Man stuff. I didn't know what it was from, but I remember specifically having the pink or the purple cat. I remember having this Battle Cat. I remember having He-Man, Skeletor, the robot guy with the gears and stuff. Mattel buy line just to kill a company or hurt a competitor. They did the Bandai DC line just to hurt their sales, and they did nothing with it once they acquired it. Bandai DC line. Well, the thing about that, why keep the box, is so for me, having primarily been collecting Hasbro over all this time, which I fucking hate. It's crazy to me how far they've fallen. But Mattel has kept the prices reasonable throughout everything. Like a lot of these Motu figures are still $20, which that's doing like and I understand that, but that's what it is. That's capitalism. There's always competition. Do I like capitalism? No. But when you're buying out competition just to kill them and you're improving on what they made or doing something better, it's like, well, other people should innovate. Other people should do better things. Because look at this. Look at this. This looks freaking great. It's got like, I don't know if these are ball joint. Yeah, those are ball pegs. But like, we got the. I think it looks great. I think that battle cat looks awesome. He's got an articulated jaw. We've got the armor. It's just look at that. Look at him. He's so cute. I would want one as a pet. You got torso articulation, moving jaw. No butterfly joints, which it would be nice to have like semi butterfly joints for the arms and legs just to get more movement out of there. But hey, he looks articulated enough to me. So like I said, if I get He-Man, I have to get at least Battle Cat and Skeletor, which is gross because it's Jared Leto. I think this casting is great. Idris Elba as Man at Arms, and look the wash they're putting on here. Like they could have just called it one and done in just I can't talk. Just had the plastic, cast it, put it on there. Like this is stuff that the MCU, Marvel Legends don't do. We don't have any shading, we don't have any washes, we don't have anything on that. So like Mattel is already putting the MCU line to shame with this one-off Masters of the Universe movie so far. I'm sure there'll be sequels. It looks like it's getting pretty hyped up. But like that looks like Idris Elba. We got a wash on there. We got like unique sculpt. We got double joints. We got butterfly joints. Like these guys are freaking cool, and they may be my first Motu purchases. Like Tila, look at Tila. Hope this is good. Me too. I hope the movie's good and this toy line looks great. They didn't give Tila butterfly joints though. Shame on you, Mattel. Shame on you. I like her like futuristic musket. She's got a pistol. Like the silver armor, just they didn't give her a wash on that, but it looks like the bracers and the boots have a little bit of wash and color on there. Like these they went all out with these figures. And I've been seeing them announced more and more, and I'm just like, all right, okay, all right, y'all cooking. I agree with you. At least Jared Shitto's face isn't on the figure, so you can ignore it's played by him. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have like a scene of Keldor in the beginning of the movie, like when because the plot of the movie is that He-Man was sent away by his mom. His mom was born on Earth in the canon anyway. And I'm sure like when he's a kid, we're going to see Keldor get turned into Skeletor, and then he's going to go scorched Earth. So we'll see Jared Leto, I'm sure. I don't think that man can go through a movie without showing his damn face. So I'm sure we'll see him at least once, but hopefully for the rest of the movie after that, it's only fucking Skeletor. Okay, this is one I'm going to pass on. I don't need this guy. But he looks cool. He does look cool. I'm not going to deny that. Like, look at all the different colors and textures. The wash on the pants. Like, come on, Mattel. Y'all be cooking. Y'all be freaking cooking for real. Like, what is this guy? Cycliptor? I don't know what his name is. Jared's face is gone, so hopefully the movie will succeed. Yeah, I can't imagine being a Hollywood executive that's like, hey, that Jared Leto, he's hot commodity, right? We should cast him in the He-Man movie as Skeletor. It's like, what you need to do is just cast a voice actor and have a stunt double. That's really all you need. God, does this Skeletor look freaking great? Holy crap. Look, he's got his ram staff. All these different textures and colors on the body. Like, Mattel went all out. Triclops. Thank you, I keep the box. As you can see, I know nothing about He-Man other than Skeletor up in this motherfucker. Ha ha! That's all I know. But, and also I think that it looks like the hands are on a floating ball peg. So it looks like the hands pour in. Look at the cape. Is it cloth or is it hard plastic? Because it looks like it could be, it looks like it's plastic, but oh, wait a second. It's posable because it's over there. And then it's down over there. What's it made out of? It's plastic? Okay. It is plastic. I thought so. It looked plastic to me, but it looks like it's like posable in some ways. I wonder if they have like a hinge or something back there. They're not showing its back, so. How did they make it look like the eyes are glowing? Like, that's fantastic. That really is. So, like, I would need He-Man, I would need not Man-at-Arms, I would need Battle Cat, I need Skeletor, and of course, I would need Allison Brie as Evelyn. Like, come on, are you kidding me? Evil Annie Edison? She looks fantastic. Like, the face is a little neutral, so you don't really get any, like, emotion for it, but it is giving Allison Brie. I do see Allison Brie in there. It looks like they didn't go for a super dramatic makeup look in the movie, which is fine. And I love her. I love the outfit. I love the blue and the black and the silver. It is such a look. You can see her like short blonde bob back there. She looks great. Allison Brie figure, hell yeah, I need that. I need that in my life. And there is Miss Allison Brie, Annie Edison, Zoya the Destroyer with her Evelyn figure. Yeah, they have double jointed arms, but I'm not seeing butterfly joints on any of them, which is a shame. But regardless, you know, they look great. They really do. Like this whole line. Like this guy, Trapjaw. Look at fucking Trapjaw, y'all. Like the metal pocking, is that what it's called? On like the pock marks on the shoulder and the blade. We got these different leather textures with different metal textures. Like, God, he looks so a lot of these characters look like straight up more realistic interpretations of regular Motu stuff rather than just stuff from the movie. Like this looks like fucking Trapjaw, which is fucking cool. Making me want him with the blade arm and all this stuff. I hope that these guys are like, you know, reasonably priced and all that stuff. Masters of the Universe does terrible with women characters. I'm just happy they have double jointed arms, but yeah, I wish they had butterflies. And you know, say what you want about the Lightning Collection, but even their earlier female figures had butterfly joints. Like they were killing it on the articulation. They had single jointed arms for a while, but they had butterfly joints. They had double jointed legs. They had the torso articulation there. Lightning Collection was one of the best articulated figures lines, in my opinion, and I really miss that shit every day. He's got a hook that you can swap out from the blade. So many different colors and textures. Like, yeah, this is a great looking figure. All of them, all the metallic finishes, all these figures look fantastic, honestly. No Beastman? No Beastman? What the hell? Yeah, I missed the Lightning Collection a lot. It was my bread and butter. It was Legends, Black Series, and Marvel Legend and Lightning Collection back in the day, back in my heyday. I'm just kidding. I'm in my heyday now. But yeah, I do miss the Lightning Collection. Fuck that reignition shit. I'll never buy a single thing out of that. All right, that's the He-Man stuff. Looks really good. We got a quick teaser right here. Where's the other thing that I needed to? All right, we'll get to those. But this is interesting. We'll break up the Mattel for a minute. We're getting Muppets. We're getting Muppets in 2026. Now, I'm not going to get them because they're NECA, but I'll still be like, oh, look at these. These are cute. So it looks like we're getting Kermit, Fozzie, and Gonzo to start with. It's time to get things started. And also, they're doing a Muppet show, like a test pilot with, who's the guest? Is it Sabrina Carpenter? So like old style Muppet show, like a host every week, kind of like SNL, but with puppets. And I'm hyped for that. So like, if you get the opportunity to watch that shit, make sure it does well, so we get more Muppets, because I really feel like we need the Muppets right now. Any Jim Henson stuff, I feel like we really need. So no like pictures of the figures themselves, but you can see where they're starting. And of course, you got to start with the big three: Kermit, Gonzo, and Fozzie. Waka waka. Waka waka. But yeah, those are cool. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I love the Muppets. I'm not gonna get them, but I will live through other people vicariously. I still haven't seen this movie. Oh, those are the Hot Toys. Where are the Mattel ones? Let me look that up real quick. Mattel, K-pop, Demon. No, I want action figures. Why can't I find them? I literally just saw the whole solicitation. Someone help me out. Oh, here we go. Nope. Yeah. Is that it? That is it. Right? Those are the action figures. Yeah. So there we found them. No, we didn't. Come on, Mattel, make this easy. Let me try this way. Someone help me out. Someone send me a link in the chat. Because this is silly. Why can't I just find them on the old search engine? So that's just the dolls. Okay, Mattel, you stink. You smelly. Here we go. We'll just use trusty old Reddit. Well, that's only one picture. No, it's not. Okay, cool. We're good. We found them. All right. Full disclosure, I haven't seen the movie yet, but these figures look really good. Like, I love anime stuff. I love colorful and like action and stuff. So I probably should watch the movie. These are 6-inch scale. They're $22.99, which is great. That is a fantastic price point for a new toy line. Because especially, like I said, like this is a Mattel heavy episode, but look at the details they're putting in here. Look at all the different paints, the decos. We get swappable face plates. She got chopsticks and ramen and a sushi roll and a sword. These look really cool. Which are you looking for more forward to? Oh, Allison Brie Evelyn, hands down. Although Olivia Wilde is pretty based, so I don't know any of these characters' name. Yo, she got sharp teeth. Like look at all the deco on here. We've got really nice details. We get 1/12 food accessories, which is always fun for photography. I like her. Ooh, I like her shoes. But yeah, these look like a lot of fun. I'm guessing those are her weapons, like some kind of tri-blade things, but that's cool. And then we get her with her glaive, a hot pot. What's up, Dan? Welcome. My daughter will be upset when I buy these for myself. Hey, listen. Kids don't have jobs. So I think this one looks the coolest. I like her look. She looks like she listens to metal while being in a K-pop band. I like that look. So these 3 figures are great. $22.99. Now I don't know what the bad guys look like. I don't know what like the demons and Demon Hunter look like because I haven't seen the damn movie. But they don't have, unless these guys the demons? Are these guys bad? Because I see the evil face. Oh, and I guess he's got some claws. So I guess these guys are the bad guys, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, you're the best. You always come through. Okay, so these are the bad guys. Okay, so we do have the bad guys in the line. So we got the K-pop demon hunters, and then we got the K-pop demons, which, whoa, look at that guy. That's pretty cool. Is that a different, I'm guessing this is like a 2-pack, because that's a different look, right? Yeah, that's a different look than the first one. And look, pinless double joints on the legs, single joints on the arms, but that's understandable. It's whatever. Yet Mr. Toddy Mac still puts pins in his damn figures, and we will get to his new sports line drop, which that did so well for Hasbro, right? So well for Hasbro. Let's replicate the success of the failures. Whoa, you guys got a magazine with abs on it. That's crazy. So yeah, these guys are the bad guys. So we get the good guys and the bad guys. $22.99 a pop. But for me, like I've never seen the movie, but the only thing that I would need, regardless, out of these figures is the 3 female figures because they look great and I like the colors and I could just stick them up on my Weeb shelf, my SH Figure Art shelf, and they'd fit right in there. They're shapeshifters. Gotcha. And they come with a stand too. That's useful. Always useful to have a stand. He's got a heart, a Sashi boy, whatever that is. I guess that's some kind of energy drink. He looks very sad. But these figures look great. Like I'm not gonna, like, you know, if Hasbro was making these, they wouldn't look like this. They wouldn't come with this shit. They'd be apparently Hasbro is making like accessories, not accessories, but like games and stuff like that. And Mattel is doing the actual toys, which you know what? You know what? We're gonna talk about another thing that Hasbro did too. So let me get to that. Hasbro CEO sued Magic the Gathering. As a fucking Magic player, I am I'm kind of done with modern Magic. Like the Marvel superhero set is coming out, and I don't really want to give Hasbro money anymore. Like we got a couple pre-orders coming up, and then it's like I want to start putting my money elsewhere. Like I want to start getting awesome third-party stuff. I want to get the DC Mattel line. I want to get these He-Man figures. I want to get these K-pop. That's all Mattel. Like Mattel is doing a great job as far as like making product that people want. So, and I'm sure they're going to make a K-pop Demon Hunter sequel based on how popular it is. And so someone got mad at me for talking smack about Hasbro grabbing the license, but there's a difference between Hasbro having a license and someone like Mattel or Jada having a license. You know, Jada is doing that GOAT, that kids animated movie line, and those figures look fucking fire. They look fun. They look fantastic. If Hasbro got those, you know, they'd be run of the mill, cut corners, just cheap basic shit. Jada, no matter the property, they will put their love and care into it. And it seems like Mattel is doing that as well. Like I know they had a shaky past with the DC stuff, but I really think they're going to redeem themselves with this upcoming stuff. I have Abomination, I have Colossus and Kitty, and I did pre-order Grizzly because Grizzly looks really good. And then other than a couple of Black Series figures, that's really it. And I like it too, Dan. We talked about that already. I don't think it's the kids line. I think it's the basic line, which is more kid friendly. I think that their kids line, when they do like a full-on kids line, is going to be like Spin Master scale or slightly larger than Spin Master, just because that's more toyetic, that's more vehicle friendly, that's all that stuff. 6.5, it's great for us, but it's not great for like play sets and vehicles and all that kind of stuff. So they want to get that corner of the market in. They're going to have to do like a basic line in a smaller scale, I think. But I could be wrong. They could just be doing that in the Ultimate style. All right, let's talk about everyone's favorite worst company. And it's crazy. You know, when I started my channel, when I started doing reviews and stuff, Hasbro was killing it. Hasbro was doing great things. You know, they were doing some awesome stuff. They had a different CEO and he passed away, and then Brian Cox took over, and all of a sudden Hasbro's one of the worst companies to work for. I saw the GOAT in hand. They look really good. Yeah, $13 for like, and they're like 5-inch, but you know, you can put those next to like Chester Cheetah and your cereal mascots and just be like, hey, look at these guys. I don't know. Justify spending money? No, but if you want to, that's a reasonable price for a figure like that. All right, let's talk about this before we get past to anything else. Hasbro is being sued by its own shareholders for printing so many damn Magic cards, destroying the long-term value of the brand. And I can fucking attest to that, because Final Fantasy was a very popular set. Rather than get sold out and let the value grow on its own, and I don't give a shit about third-party sales. I don't give a shit about the cost of a Magic card. But like, you are oversaturating the market for something that is popular by overproducing it. Final Fantasy boosters and collector packs were going for like 2 to 3 times over retail. They reproduced more. Now they're sitting under or at retail. Not all of them, but like they just pumped too many cards out. And then I saw the stupid fucking Avatar set. I fucking hate that shit. I know I'm a hypocrite because I like the Spider-Man set, but I am definitely not getting Marvel superheroes. But I remember when Avatar first dropped, I saw on Reddit, everyone was pulling a quote unquote rare card, and they were like, you gotta sell it now. It's like $200. If you don't sell it now, it's gonna be, now it's sitting at like $20. And that's a rare card. That's one of the ones that was supposed to be scarce. So, you know, by doing that, they're hurting their own value. If you can go buy 3 boosters and pull a super rare card, what's to stop? What's going to make you buy more? You're not. They're going to sit there. You're like, I got the cards I wanted. I don't need anything. And for me, if I want a card, the best thing to do when it comes to Magic or any trading card game, for the most part, unless it's like a fucking Charizard and Pokemon or something, is to go ahead and just buy the singles. Like I built my Spider-Man deck. I think I got maybe 4 total Spider-Man boosters, 4 or 5. And they were all disappointing. I never got anything. So what I did was I went to my local game store and I went through and I picked out every card I needed to build a deck, and I built a deck that way. And I did it for like under $50, which is a lot less than you would be spending getting the secret lair, the collector boosters, the booster box, the pre-release, all that stuff. It's unnecessary. When I started playing Magic in like 2010, around that time, Magic was in its heyday. We had amazing sets coming out. I went to a couple pre-releases. We got really cool lore-heavy stuff. This year with Magic, they're doing 7 sets. Only 2 of them are Magic the Gathering lore. The rest are Realms Beyond. We've got Marvel superheroes. We've got TMNT. We have Star Trek coming out. We have a couple unannounced ones, and then we only have 2 core Magic sets, and one of them is a stupid Harry Potter ripoff. So I don't want any part of that. It's called Strixhaven, and then Lorcana just came, or not Lorcana, Lorwyn just came out, and Lorwyn looked promising. Lorwyn looked great. They were pushing it huge on an ad campaign. They had Jim Henson Studios do the ad campaigns. They had puppets. They had the whole shebang. And my girlfriend, she was super excited about that stuff, and she got a couple of the Magic things. Not to be confused with the great actor Brian Cox. Wizards of the Coast, yeah, they're the ones that run, Magic, but they're owned by Hasbro. So I don't think there is still a Wizard store. No, it's just Hasbro. But she got Lorwyn, and it's disappointing. She told me it looks like it's unfinished, and the artwork looks like it's AI. And even if it's not, even if they did have people work on it, the fact that you really can't distinguish it from AI is kind of sad. And this set, she feels it's unfinished, and it got pushed back. It was supposed to release last year. It was supposed to release when Final Fantasy did all its reprinting. And when they reprinted Final Fantasy, obviously they couldn't print Lorwyn, so they had to push Lorwyn back, which leads us to all of this shit. Headline again: Hasbro is being sued by its own shareholders for printing so many damn Magic cards, destroying the long-term value of the brand. Between the $1,000 30th anniversary editions and swath of licensed crossover sets and the 6 discrete Dwight Schrute cards, fucking 6 Dwight Schrute cards in Magic the Gathering, the recent years of Magic the Gathering have felt like Hasbro has abandoned any pretense of restraint, and its own shareholders seem to agree. In a 76-page lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court of Rhode Island, where they're moving away from, they're moving to Boston to save money. They fired fucking 8% of their international workforce in the last 2 years, and now they're going to cut more jobs and lose more jobs for people by moving where they've been for over 100 years, I believe, or 90 years or something like that. A group of investors allege that Hasbro CEO, it's Chris Cox. Okay, I thought it was Chris Cox. Yeah, so Chris Cox is the perfect name for him. Former Wizards of the Coast president Cynthia Williams and company executives engaged in breaches of their fiduciary duties as directors and or officers of Hasbro by devaluing the Magic brand. And listen to me, Magic and D&D is where Hasbro makes their money. They sell the action figures, they do that stuff, but and shitification, absolutely, Dan. But D&D and Magic, that's Hasbro's bread and butter. That is where they make the money. That is a core audience that has been around for so they bought D&D when they bought Wizards. I believe they bought Wizards in the mid 90s, the mid to late 90s, and Wizards has started Magic in 1993 and obviously was doing D&D for a very long time, and D&D's been around since the 70s. So they kind of folded together. And then they're 2 separate things, but Wizards is a quote unquote separate entity that does its own stuff, but they answer to Hasbro. Hasbro is their boss. Hasbro controls what they do. Hasbro tells them what to print. Hasbro tells them what license they have to work on. And you can really see the people working on Magic. You can see their passion just being leached out of it. You can tell that it is not the same to work on Magic as it was 5 years ago before. And you know, 1 or 2 Realms Beyond sets a year is fine. Like Lord of the Rings was fine. I don't have a problem with the Warhammer set. I don't have a problem with Final Fantasy. Like, but if you released 1 or 2 of those a year rather than 5 or 6 or 4 or 5 or whatever the number that they're trying to go for is, I mean, you're only as good as your leader, right? Look at our country. But yeah, Chris Cox is a fucking shitbag. He sucks. Former Wizards of the Coast president Cynthia Williams and company executives engaged in breaches of fiduciary duties as directors and or officers of Hasbro by devaluing the Magic brand, even as shareholders raised concerns about the ramifications of overprinting cards and sets. In 2022, the lawsuit says Bank of America issued a report concluding that Hasbro was overproducing Magic cards, and this has been going on for a while. It really has, which have propped up Hasbro's recent results, but are destroying the long-term value of the brand. And that's what I've said. I've said this multiple times as like someone who plays Magic, who enjoys playing Magic. They are oversaturating their own fucking market. And they're also muddying the brand by releasing all of this Realms Beyond stuff. So not only are you overprinting it, you're overprinting garbage that nobody fucking wants. Like, I like the Spider-Man set, but I am one of the few people. And I don't like what the Spider-Man set represents. I just fucking like Spider-Man. And I actually built 2 decent decks. But like I said, I didn't give Hasbro barely any money for that. I bought 4 or 5 boosters and the rest was all singles. And that's how I want to play Magic going forward. I don't want to give Hasbro my money for Magic. I will, if there's a fucking card I want, I'm going to go to my local game store. I'm going to search for it. And if I can't find it there, I'm going to go to another one and then I'll search online. And the thing is, like, that's what everyone should be doing. If you want Magic cards, you should be buying them separate. You should not be buying into the gambling aspect of collectors boosters and booster boxes and all that stuff, because it's just a scam. It's a scam. There's fucking pieces of cardboard. That's what they are. $1 million for a One Ring or over $1 million for a Lord of the Rings card is absolutely ridiculous. Despite questioning from shareholders and analysts, however, the lawsuit alleges that the defendants repeatedly denied such speculation, issuing materially false and misleading statements during the shareholder calls where those concerns were raised. As a result, the plaintiff claims Hasbro executives caused the company substantial harm by causing it to repurchase its own shares of artificially inflated prices, as Hasbro spent $125 million to repurchase approximately 1.4 million shares of its own stock. So not only are they doing shady stuff, they're trying to regain control of their company from the shareholders by just buying shit up, which just go fucking private. If you don't want shareholders and all that stuff, just go private. Just shuffle yourself financially, buy people out and say, hey, we're going private. What's the point? You know? But they want full control. They don't want to answer to anybody. That's the thing. Because Chris Cox is, and also them hiring fucking Nintendo people says a lot. Like, former Nintendo says a lot about fucking Hasbro, because Nintendo is one of the most litigious companies out there. They will sue you for even breathing Mario's name in certain things. They'll be like, how dare you use our IP, our intellectual property? Here's a cease and desist. And I feel like Hasbro is going to be doing a lot of that because they hired Nintendo people. Some of the shareholders clearly are collectors and know the value of the brand. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, with any of their brands, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, you oversaturate and you don't spend the time to work on something and make it as good as it can be, the cracks are going to start to show. And then you just start pumping it out more and more and more. Like, what they should be doing is maybe 4 sets a year. Give like 3 months in between, 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah. So something like 4 sets a year, you know, just give a 2.5 month break in between each set, not every month or every month and a half. There's a new set of fucking Magic. Avatar came out. Did it come out? It came out in November, and now Lorwyn came out in January. That's only a month. That's only a month between sets, because you have the whole month of December in between. So what do you expect? You want people to just keep buying the same garbage over and over? And not to mention the Avatar set is fucking shit. Like, there's some decent cards in there, but it's lifeless. It's a fucking cash grab. And so is the TMNT set. The TMNT set is going to be a fucking abysmal failure. Where was I at? Hasbro spent $125 million to repurchase approximately 1.4 million shares of its own stock from April 2022 to July 2022, when share values had been artificially inflated by the outpouring of new Magic sets. So they fucking flooded the market, said, "Oh, look how successful we are," and then started buying up their shares. In total, this caused the company to overpay for repurchases of its own, and that's money that the shareholders would have made, and that's why they're fucking mad, because they lost money repurchasing fucking expensive shares. To overpay their repurchase of its own stock by approximately $55.9 million, the lawsuit says, which became clear when the company announced declining financial results in following quarters. You know that picture of Eric Andre from the Eric Andre show where he's like shooting himself like a version, and he's behind himself with a gun. He's like, "I can't believe Hasbro shot." You know, that's essentially what Hasbro did. Oh, let's pay for our shares at a higher price and lose way more than they were ever worth. That's insane. That is insane business strategy. Throughout that time, Hasbro maintained that new Magic sets were to be printed to meet demand from new consumer segments, which the lawsuit says was false and misleading. Where are the new consumer segments? Where? What about these new Magic sets is attracting new viewers? I don't fucking know. You know, Final Fantasy, sure, there's some people that'll just buy that one up, but that's really the only one. No one is going to get into a new hobby just because you printed some fucking Avatar the Last Airbender cards. I'm telling you right now, that is not enough for people who don't know shit about Magic and don't care about trading card games. It's crazy. They did the same thing to Yu-Gi-Oh! And almost destroyed the band and still haven't recovered back to the same level. Yeah, you don't hear anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Virgo! How's it going, girl? Good morning. Happy Sunday. So yeah, Hasbro just pumping their own numbers by overprinting and saying, look how much people are buying, when in fact, most of these sets just sit. They just sit. Hasbro's strategy with regard to printing Magic cards was not as carefully thought out as portrayed, the lawsuit says. The company was in fact printing a volume Magic sets which exceeded consumer demand. The company's inventory allocation, this is all stuff I said before I got this far, right? The company's inventory allocation management was problematic, particularly as it pertained to the company's printing strategy for Magic cards. The company was overloading the market with Magic sets to generate revenue and to offset shortfalls within the company. As a result, the company's overprinting of Magic sets, existing Magic cards were devalued, and the company failed to maintain internal controls. So what Hasbro was doing was trying to use Magic by overproducing, by over licensing and all this stuff. They're trying to use Magic to make up for all of the overpriced shares that they bought, all of the losses that they've done with their toy lines and other things. So they are using Magic as a crutch. And by doing that, they are fucking killing Magic. My girlfriend loves Magic. I like Magic. I'm a fan of Magic. I play it. But I don't have the same, oh man, I'm super excited for this new set that my girlfriend has. She was so excited for Lorwyn, and to see her disappointed for that sucked. And that's all on fucking Hasbro, because they would rather pump out Magic cards over and over and over with no love and care put into it, with no actual artistic value or integrity into it, push a big advertising campaign behind it. They hired the Jim Henson Company for Lorwyn, and then it comes out, and like my girlfriend said, it feels half finished. So that crutch has been kicked out from under them, obviously, because this lawsuit is pretty serious. This is like essentially a vote of no trust in the CEO and the executives in charge. And rightfully so. Hasbro has been a sinking ship for the last 4 years. I just hopped in the shower while listening. I had a shower thought, this guy comes from digital gaming. I wonder also if he's purposely trying to push out physical. Yeah, he is. He's talked about it. He said he wants to get away from like toys and focus on digital strategies and all that stuff. But I hope that the fucker gets fired before that happens. Where was I at? IGN reports that the lawsuit 76 pages also include an allegation. Wait, no, that's not where it was. Hasbro's strategy with regards to printing Magic cards was not as carefully thought out as portrayed. The company was in fact printing a volume Magic sets which exceeded consumer. Oh, we already read that. Yeah. IGN reports that the lawsuit 76 pages also include an allegation that Hasbro executives attempted to manufacture a perception of high demand for Magic's controversial 1030th anniversary set. They tried to manufacture perception. They tried to say, this is really popular. Buy it, guys. Less than an hour after the set's release in 2022, Wizards of the Coast tweeted the sale has concluded and the product is currently unavailable for purchase, implying that despite its exorbitant price, it was so sought after the company almost immediately sold through its inventory. Not true. In reality, the lawsuit says the tweet was the result of a plan from Hasbro management to pause sales. Listen, this is exactly what fucking Todd McFarlane does. This is called false scarcity. You put something out and say, oh, there's only 1,000 of them. The pre-orders are coming on, and the next thing you know, you see them popping up in retail stores. It's to build a FOMO mindset, and it's an addiction. It's like, oh, I don't want to miss out. I got to buy this now. It's fucked up. It's capitalism at its worst. The Hasbro management to pause sales of the set if it seemed like negative perception was damaging to its initial sales, artificially buying the company's share values. According to testimonials from the former employees, Hasbro only sold a portion of the printed 30th anniversary sets when it stopped sales. No shit, it's $1,000 for cardboard. Some of these unsold sets, the lawsuit says, were later discovered in a Texas landfill. Are you kidding me? You put your $1,000 30th anniversary sets in the trash because no one bought them? Holy shit. NFT Todd Root. Yeah, yep. That is so frustrating. But maybe somebody paid $1,000 in reprints just to toss them in the trash. Who can say, right? Who can fucking say? And that is the big Hasbro news for the year so far. I'm sure there'll be more. I'm sure there's going to be lots of fucking scandal coming out of Hasbro and mishandlement and mismanagement and all that stuff. Was there anything new? I mean, we're almost 2 hours, so I think I did a pretty good job of covering the new. Oh, hello. Mezco reissue of Freddy. All right. This guy, by the way, is Trump's favorite slasher for certain reasons, you know? God, this fucking Epstein. God, what? How is that guy still in office? Sorry, I'm not trying to get into that shit, but how is he still in office? How? Oh, this looks great. I want this. I want a Mezco Freddy. And I'll get rid of my NECA at that point. I'll get rid of my NECA Jason. I'll get rid of my NECA Freddy. I just want Mezco for horror because they're 6-inch. I got Ghostface. I want Freddy. I want Jason. I want Michael. I want Chucky. They need to make a Mezco Chucky. That should be baller. I know they're making a Mofex, but this looks great. I want him, but they're so expensive. And, you know, it looks like Robert Englund, but it's still got that stylized Mezco look. It's still a little bit more ooh, that's cool. A little more beefy, a little bit more thick, a little thick. I mean, it's partially because of the clothes, but I can dig it. I can dig a Freddy Krueger reissue. Do a Jason Voorhees reissue too. Here's with his missing finger. Got a base, a stand, two different clawed hands, 4 different head sculpts. The face ripping off effect. 3 different head sculpts with the face ripping off effect. Pretty cool. Pretty cool reissue. I wonder if it's the same price as it was initially. 120. Yeah. Even the reissues are going up in price. My God. Shout out to Toy Arc, by the way. Always try to plug them. Always try to plug them because they have the news. Here's another re-release. 1,000 Toys. Halo. Original Halo. Master Chef. Master Chef! It's raw! It's bloody raw! What are you, an idiot sandwich? It looks great though. But I've heard things that like 1,000 Toys is not the same company as it was when it started. Like people left and moved on and the quality's gone down and all that stuff. So I don't know. It's like $150. It's just Master Chief. I have the Jazzwares one. I'm good with that. Whoa, yeah, I was right. $159.99. Due out in September. Yeah, I'm not over $100 for a figure is highly unlikely for me to pay at this point. Like, there's more important things, and I've got plans for content that doesn't require doing figure reviews. Obviously, they'll still be coming out. Oh, we didn't talk about the solicitations for this guy either. I'm not impressed with this Wolverine at all. I'm really not. I think it kind of looks like, look at what's just the arm here. What is that? There's just like squiggle, 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 squiggle. Yeah, I'm not impressed with that at all. The Legends one is better articulated. Like I saw someone comparing the poses for that between this and the Legends, and other than the toe joints, Legends won. Legends won. I know he's too big, but kind of got hiccups. It's still the best Wolverine that we've gotten in the 1/12 scale. Well, that Wolverine is like more of a 1/10, but he still has the beef and the bulk that you would expect from Marvel vs. Capcom Wolverine. This looks like a just comic book Wolverine. This does not look like a representation of Marvel vs. Capcom. The claws are way too short. He's not stout enough. He's not bulky enough. So I'm not a fan. I have to make a thumbnail after this, by the way. Do a thumbnail of all the news that I covered. I was just like, fuck it. We're gonna go live. And I'm gonna talk about the news. But I forgot to do a thumbnail. And here they all are together. Notice how none of them are standing side by side. Like, why can't you give us a shot of Wolverine next to Cyclops next to Spider-Man? I know Spider-Man is probably the same exact height as Cyclops, if not slightly, ever so slightly smaller. But having Wolverine crouched down does not really let you know what he's going to look like standing up. You know, I only saw the Wolverine once. I only saw X-Men Days of Future Past once. I only saw X-Men First Class Dark Phoenix once. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of those. I really want to do a custom of the Wolverine in the black suit. He looks great. See, my chat wasn't fucking updating. Like, it all just updated at once. Why does it do that? Did the new Black Series Star Killer go up for pre-order? No, it goes up in February 4th. February 4th. February. I would pick Freddy over the orange fuck at this point. Yeah. Yeah. The Wolverine is the best in shape. I mean, he looks pretty good. Deadpool and Wolverine, too. Yeah, this Wolverine sucks. He's not worth over $40. It's gonna be $100. It's gonna be $100 all day, over 100. It's just a basic Wolverine. Like, we've had this. I mean, yes, is it the best Tiger Stripe Wolverine comic book version that we've gotten? Yes, but I'm not building my Marvel collection is not built around grabbing one that's good from another line and one that's, you know, my Marvel line is Legends. As sad as that is. But that being said, I'm at the point where I have most of the characters and figures I want, and I don't really need to focus on Legends anymore. I want to finish getting the build-a figure parts for Executioner. I need Abomination. I want a new Pinless Thor, and that's pretty much... and then, of course, I want Colossus and Kitty, because I don't have a Kitty. But that is pretty much where I'm at with Marvel Legends. I don't need anything else. I've gotten all the updates that I needed, you know? CJ, good morning. Happy Sunday. I don't think that either of them are for pre-order yet. Danny and Tessa, hello. Welcome. Good to see y'all. Just wrapping up on the toy news from this week, which we did get quite a bit. I remember the last stream that I did, I was like, boo, we're dry as a bone when it comes to toy news. And then all of a sudden, Mattel dropped some hot heat. We got the solicitations for the shitty Wolverine. Like, it looks like he's taking a shit right here. He's like, I'm pooping, bub. That's what that looks like to me. That is not a good squat like the Marvel Legends. Like, that just lets you know that this torso articulation is not that great, because you can see where it's pushed in, and you can see like it's not bending forward that much. So, and I remember seeing that Scarlet Spider SH Figure Arts, because of the sweatshirt, he had no articulation in the torso. That one only looks good when the claws are like double, triple his size. Yeah, they need to be a lot longer. They need to be like more like Wakazashi rather than some fucking steak knives. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this Wolverine. It's an easy pass for me. I do want that Spider-Man, but you know, where's he gonna go? He's gonna be sitting all by his lonesome, because I'm not getting the Cyclops. I'm not getting the Wolverine. I think that, okay, I just talked a bunch of shit about Hasbro, right? I think that when the team is allowed to do this, because the Marvel Legends team is not Hasbro. They work for Hasbro, but Hasbro tells them what they can and can't do. But when the Marvel Legends team puts their head down, is allowed to do a completely new sculpt, they can fucking make some hot heat. That Gamerverse Wolverine is fantastic. I don't know why they made him so tall. I don't know what that decision was about, but other than that, that is a perfect fucking Wolverine. I really, really like that Wolverine. It's hard to beat. So the fact that SH Figure Arts just kind of phoned it in, people already have their Wolverine that they need. They already have it. I thought he'd be fit. What is he? $40? Is he 40 for that Dark Killer? I mean, he comes with what, 6 lightsabers and swappable hands, and that's it. Like, that's not worth a whole lot more. But yeah, this Wolverine, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with the SH Figure Arts Cyclops either. I think he's too short. I saw someone give him some height, like modify his legs, and it made him look a lot better. But yeah, that's pretty much the toy news for the week. Toy Art got me covered. Toy Art got me covered. I mean, there's the Hot Toys K-pop. We already saw the Mattel ones. Yo, she purty though. Not gonna lie, she's purty. Ace, what's going on, Ace? How are you? Good to see you. Good morning. Getting back to normal here with the content, with the toy stuff. I think I rock the boat enough when it comes to all this stuff. Rhea Ripley doll, no. Link, I will cover that before I go. Like if I watch this movie, I guarantee you this one is going to be my favorite character in the movie. She just looks like a baddie. She looks like a baddie. Did you send it to me, Dan? Maybe I missed it. Hey, fumbling through the galaxy. Good to see you. Yeah, we're wrapping up here in a couple minutes, but you can always go a little bit over. I like this figure. I like this character. What's this character's name, by the way? All right, let me see if I can copy that. Can I? Instagram. I guess I'll just have to type it. I'll bring it up. Instagram.com/real/DULSZ. Hey Jeff, how are you? DULSZ L0 UFM. Will that work? Will it work? Nope, I didn't do it. I wish it would let me freaking click the link. I'll just look it up. Rhea Ripley doll. Mira's my favorite. Oh, is this what you're talking about here? I think I found it. Oof. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, y'all. It's like a Rhea Ripley Barbie. I'm Muscle Mommy Barbie. I mean, the face looks nice, but I don't know about that hair. I don't know about that. Mommy is always on top. FR. Oh, it's Mattel Creations. Okay, yeah, the face is it's kind of rough. It's I don't. They could have taken their time with that. They could have done better. Yeah, I don't think that doing soft hair, rooted hair was a good idea for this. I think that would have probably improved it a lot. Plus, the proportions look way too skinny for Rhea Ripley. Need to go bean water. Have no bean water. Sad. I'm sorry, Jeff. That sucks. Amy doll, what's going on? Is Rowdy in your cup? Hell yeah. For real, Rhea and I are secretly married. Just don't tell her. Listen, my girlfriend's name is Rhea, so technically Rhea is my SO. But it's not the same Rhea. It's not Rhea Ripley. It's my Rhea. I'm glad I got to see your live reaction. Yeah, it's a woof. It's a fucking woof for me. Jeff just got bean water. CJ, happy you're not bean water. Bean water. Me bean water. But yeah, I think that this was a successful toy news. I'm gonna go back to those hot toys for a second though, because what's this one's name? Who's this one? Mira. Okay, yeah, she's the baddie. She's my favorite. I ain't even seen the movie, and she looks like she listens to metal, so I'm about it. Oh, she got a glaive. Damn. All right. Toys making me want to see the movie. Yeah, I would definitely get this figure. Like, I'm gonna get the Mattel ones, but this will be my priority, is getting Mira first, and I'll just get those 3. Listen, Dan, I can't read everything. I'm illiterate. Just kidding. But I didn't see it. I'm sorry. The movie is fun. I've heard that. I just haven't had a chance to watch it. I've been watching, Fallout, working. And then before Fallout, it was what other show? There's been a lot of good shows coming out. There's been a lot of good shows. But these chicos are cute. Mira's the best. Don't at me. Don't at me. I gotta get my summer bod back so I can start wearing shit like that during summertime. Got a little fluffy. Still got the muscle, but I got a little fluffy because it's cold and you need the insulation. I always do that. I always gain like 10 pounds in the winter and then drop it by early spring and start getting my abs back. You know how it be. I can cosplay as Mira. Like I said, once I get my summer bod back, sure. I'll get a big purple wig. Just hop on stream. Still not have seen the movie and just be a poser, complete poser. The music is so good and the animation is top tier. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty dang solid, don't at me, but wee. Such a poser. Spicy macaroni and cheese. That was a terrible Yelena. I apologize, Florence Pugh. All right, y'all. I need to eat some damn breakfast. So, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hope you enjoyed my Sunday rowdy rundown, even though that's not what I called it. Thank goddess it's Sunday, because fuck, it's been a long week. It's been so cold at work. Oh, of course I talked about He-Man. Fake K-pop demon hunter girl. Yeah, they'll be like, you're a poser. You're a phony. You're a big fat phony. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of those figures. But yeah, I appreciate everyone popping in, everyone stopping by. I gotta work on the thumbnail while I make breakfast. Because I don't like having a blank thumbnail. I don't like the generic shit that YouTube uses. So I gotta work on that and get some pictures up, do it all together. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. I think next week I'll be going back to my regularly scheduled shit. I don't think I can do a Rascal Roundup that Saturday because I'm working overnight, but I may do it Sunday night. I may do my gaming stream Sunday morning, which I'll be starting Jedi Fallen Order, and then I may do my Rascal Roundup on Sunday, much like I did my rundown this week. But I wanted to talk about the toy news. I wanted to hit that algo, as it were, just get those clicks in there. But I appreciate y'all. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to local LGBTQ community and all minorities, of course. If you're protesting, for the love of fucking Christ, please be motherfucking safe. I want to see everything get better, and we all have to be a part of that. But just be safe about it. Do your protesting online, call your senators, all that stuff. There's other ways to protest and help rather than just going out in the streets and all that stuff, which you can do. It's just not safe, but there's people out there fighting the good fight. So if you are doing that, for the love of fuck, be fucking safe. I love y'all. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.
My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friend's wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches!
freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day!
Man, he hit his ass with a parking tone, man. Nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday! You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished!
Alright, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick!
You know my dad?
Oh!
G.I. Joe! What the fuck? No, this is my hat now! This is totally my hat!